All right, this is a 79 10 bolt 8.5 rear end with the 4th gen brake upgrade. All I did was go down to a junkyard, found a 4th gen. It didn't matter V6 or V8 or anything like that, and I pulled the entire rear end off, or the brake parts here. This whole section here is 4th gen, including all this. It's still dirty because I haven't cleaned anything up. The hose is also from the 4th gen. It was just a this one actually ends up being threaded. I ended up getting 2 different cars. I don't remember if they were, one was Camaro and one was Firebird. But I got 2 sets because I wasn't sure if we were going to need a right and a right, or a left and a left, or what I was going to need. All right, and it was pretty cheap. I think 150 bucks. I got 2 sets of these. This part here, all this, and some other things. I got a hydraulic booster stuff. I ended up paying 150 bucks for a lot of stuff. I went ahead and painted. Went ahead and pulled this out while I had this out of the car. I went ahead and painted it. It's POR 15 paint. I got new stainless steel brake lines. I got a new steel braided line for that. So all this would be completely redone with good brakes. I had to readjust this where it came across here a little better than it did. It was all jammed over this way, and it was I'm sorry, it was all jammed over that way, and I ended up having to short it here to get it to pull over to where it looks a little more. And I look like it cut too much because I screwed up once. These ends right here, 2 of the brakes that I got did not have a thread end type. All right, it was just some kind of clamp piece like here somewhere. Don't mind my mess. This is the extra parts bin. All right. No, I'm sorry, it does thread in there. You can see it there. All right. This is all the stuff that I got. Extra calipers. This is, and it had to be spaced out. This is the original from the 79. I needed a spacer to get it to line up, to break the line up in the middle here, in here. If the tire is off, I'll show a little better, but this piece here wasn't centered over the rotor itself, while the rotor was all the way down. So I wanted this to be as close to center, equal play on both sides of the rotor that it was sitting in the middle of. So it required me to make a spacer, and the cheapest spacer I could find, I could only find one, was like 50 bucks, and I didn't see a reason to spend 50 bucks. I ended up actually buying, I rigged this up, a huge washer. I'll throw it around here. Ended up getting a rather large washer. This is the washer that went out on Hard to Restore. It's an 1/8 inch thick, huge washer. All right, I got 2 of them. All right, and that's what I did with the first one. Now, after I did all this work, grinded it out, used a die grinder to get it all out in the middle. I had to take off the top part here to because part of the brakes was hitting it. Part of the thing in here, this part right here. Sorry, this part right here was hitting it when it's sitting there like that. So after I put it all together, it wasn't quite enough pushing it out that way. Right, this was at an 1/8 inch, and come to find out, the original brake calipers that were the plate that was there is 3/16. So it was just a little bit wider. I ended up cutting one of those and sticking it in there. Because it was all dirty and stuff, you could see the outline of where this flange was butted up against it. So all I did was cut along that line and then stuck it in there. Then it was damn near perfect. So I didn't mess with it past that. I cut the other one and tried it on the other side. It was the same thing. So I went with it. It all came together pretty good. I went with the brake in the back side of this because I wanted the blader needs to be up. To some people that may not be a problem, right? But when the shock is in place, oh well, you'll see it if you can see the. I'm hoping that the shock will go right next to this guy, and if not, all right, come back and focus. And if not, I plan on moving it inward just a little bit to clear that. And if I can get it to ride right through here, I'll roll with it. That's without having to relocate the shock on this one side. Other than that, I've seen one of the guys have to grind out part of the bottom part of this bracket here to get it to clear, but as this is all the way flat, you can see I'm not really going to run into too much interference other than just the shock, you know. And the shock is already kind of angled the way it's angled up and out this way, and if I can get it just to sweet it talk its way on past all that, right, then I'll be in business. Right, this is a 12-inch rotor on a 79, going on a 79 Trans Am. This is the Trans Am, ugly rims. And I've also made the modification to the front spring perch. I went ahead and put these tabs in. You move it up 3/4 of an inch, and I welded just welded the washer on it to give it some support so it wouldn't tear. He thinks, well, guys are telling me. Cut the window out and made sure it fit all the way down onto the spring, and I could put the bolt through, and it could. So everything else here looked fine. Right, did to both of them, and that's it. Pretty soon we'll be putting it in the car. So if anybody has any questions about putting a 4th gen brake disc upgrade into the one of the back of their car, right? It's pretty simple, right? There's that much room still left, and these are 17-inch year one snowflake rims for Trans Am. So again, that's how much room they leave you. Plenty of room. Actually, when I stuck it in here, I thought it was kind of small. So there's the rim size. So yeah. So I did not relocate the shock as of yet, and again, it's not in the car yet. And this one here sits in the front. This one's sitting in the front, so it's completely out of the way on this one. Again, I bought some stainless steel lines from off of eBay. I got this off of eBay. This whole thing off of eBay here, and I just had to cut it a little bit. But other than that, it looks pretty damn decent in there. I'm gonna be happy with it. Stainless. So, and I do plan on painting that before it goes in, and cleaning up them brakes and get them painted. All right.